Hey guys, today we're doing a live stream of Man United versus Club Brugge reaction with Tuss, obviously, and got a new person, as you know, Zidane, who's here in the last call-in. But look, guys, I'm gonna just talk about a few topics, say a few things. Look, the first thing I'd say is the fact that whether you're ollie in and ollie out, that game shouldn't change your opinion. Like, I don't know if it changes yours, but like, I can't agree with people changing if they're ollie in or ollie out because of that game. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Club Brugge can be a good team, but you can't just say because we bet them 5-0 that they're gonna Ollie deserves to get another cup, deserves another year at the job. Like, it's just like you can't just be that flip-flop. And fans out there don't understand this at the moment. Like, they think that they can just switch from liking a manager to hating a manager every 2 minutes. Wait, Mason, I'm just wondering, why did you Mason, why didn't you reply to my Discord messages or anything? And he's in the chat now.
His Discord's not working or something.
I don't know. Oh, hello.
Man?
Here, 1 sec. I might actually, if people are like joining, I might, yeah, I know. But like, I'm just gonna actually start pulling people in now because there's 3 of us, yeah.
Right.
That's good. Wait. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, how are you? Adios.
I'm not too bad, mate. Is you?
Grand, but like, look, sorry guys, that was a hectic start. We didn't realise that more people would come now instead of before it started, but oh well. But look, a few people in the chat here typing and all that. Guys, don't forget if you're on Discord to hop on, as you know, we're having some like Discord call-ins. But look, I think personally me and Zidane have the same view on it. Like, you can't change your opinion on Ollie after this game. I'm not gonna lie, what is your stance on the 2 CDMs? Because we're stuck with 2 CDMs at the moment. What is your stance like on who would you play there? What like?
To me, I don't have a problem with it. I disagree when Mark says that the formation is too defensive. I disagree because
it can be attacking. Like that's the thing. Like, it can be an attacking thing.
Yeah.
But my problem with the way Ollie plays it is the fact that he plays it really defensive, but it's not it's not really the most defensive formation. But like, I'd still prefer 4-3-3 in my opinion. But like, it's not like, at least we're not playing 5 at the back, like, in my opinion.
Yeah. Pochettino used the same formation at Tottenham, 4-2-3-1, and he played
attacking
football. So this is a nonsense about the formation's defensive. The reason why the formation's defensive because the system is not right. The team is not organised. The shape is not there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a nonsense. I don't agree with that.
I think personally, like, we haven't really spoken about this either, and it's a good point because like, it can be an attack, and just the way Ollie plays it is defensive. Doesn't mean it's a defensive formation. Like, it's kind of a bit of a flip-flop if you're saying I would want Poch, but he'd play the same. I'd want Poch. Oh, he plays same formation as Ollie. Oh no, he doesn't. But he does. He did. Like, you can't lie. Welcome, Greg Paul, to the chat. But like, you can't lie about that. I think personally, like, it can become an attacking formation, especially with our CDMs. It's not like our CDMs can only defend and maybe hit the ball out of the back. They can score goals. Like, if you're oh, thanks to Greg Paul for subscribing, as you just have. Look, my opinion, like, Fred could score a goal, as we seen last night. McTominay could score a goal. Matic, he's more, if you want to play more defensive football, like we do a lot of the time, like, he would kind of fit in there if you want to play more defensive. But like, McTominay and Fred can, like, do score goals. They do push up the pitch. It just the thing is, like, if you play 4-3-3, Bruno won't have that free roam job, in my opinion. as people want. Like, people are saying, oh, Bruno should get a free roam job where he gets to kind of move wherever he wants. He won't get that if you're doing 3 centre mids, or maybe not even one, maybe even 1 CDM. That won't work with if you're trying to give him a free roam job, because if you're playing 1 CDM, 2 centre mids, like, then the right centre mid is going to have a kind of free roam job as well.
I disagree with that. I mean, come on. You can do a 4-3-3. You can put McTominay there in a holding. No, Matic. Then you can put Fred, because you know Fred's tenacious, hard-working. He just moves the ball quick. And then you can just make Bruno and Fernandes do it. I mean, Fred and Bruno Fernandes are hard-working players at the end of the day. So I think we should.
But what I mean by what I mean by that is, some, like, I'm kind of like talking for a few other people as well here. Like, the fact that some people are saying that they want Bruno to have as much space as he can, take up that attacking gap between the CDMs and the front three. And what I mean is, he won't have that with that, but it doesn't mean he's not going to be a good player. It doesn't mean he's not going to do more. I say he'd do more even in that position with Fred on the right of him, because then he'll have people forward with him. It just, like, what I'm saying is, he won't have as much space, which I think personally it could either go horribly wrong or it could either go 10 times better. And I think personally it would be better for him, because like, he'd have that tenacious midfielder, as you said, of Fred beside him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
What's that? Greg Paul says, would you get Chilwell but have to lose Sean Brandon? I'm not gonna lie, I think that's a bit of a, I think that's a no-brainer. I don't know, I wouldn't take Chilwell to lose Sean Brandon Williams. Like, I think that's pretty, like, I don't think any fan would take that, to be honest. Like, I think personally, who you got?
I'm so sure I'd get Alex Telles.
So would you get, so if you, to get, would you get, no, but like what he said is lose Shaw and Brandon.
No, I wouldn't do that.
No, it's not worth it, because who'd you play left back then? If Telles or Chilwell gets injured. I think personally Chilwell is a good left back, but I think he's a bit overhyped. I think personally,
really,
he's a good left back, but I think he could get better elsewhere. Like, I think personally, like, I think he cheaper elsewhere. I think Telles is a pacey left back who could put a ball in the box, who could defend as well. Like, I think personally Chilwell's not the fastest left back. He doesn't really, he does get forward, but not as much as I'd like to see, because as you can see, our wing backs like overlap a lot at the moment, with Brandon Williams kind of overlapping, Wan-Bissaka overlapping, Shaw overlapping. So I don't think Chilwell is that type of left back at the moment. I think he could develop into that, but I think personally you'd get more of that with Telles. If you get me.
I agree. I think that's the player we should look at.
And exactly, like, I think personally with Chilwell you'd be paying about 60. Well, if we're going to have a 200 million transfer budget, I don't want to be like, I don't care what money we spend, but what I'm saying is, if we only had a 200 million transfer budget, would you be wasting 60 on Chilwell? No, I think personally you'd get Telles for 40 or even 35. Because you have to remember that if you're buying a player from an English club going to another club, they're going to charge you an overprice, not an overprice, but like an extensive price, if you get me.
Yeah.
But
I agree with that.
But look, thanks for having you again. Sometimes we do this, if we've time at the end, we do this thing where we have like a little debate between everyone in the queue. Just like ask a question, but thanks for coming, and obviously you're a good caller, so call again.
Alright, thanks mate, will do. Cheers.
Thanks. See, like, I agree, we both agree. Would you sell Bruno for 130 million or something? Nah, man, I think that's a bit of a weird comment in my opinion. Not against you, but I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't, to be honest. I think it would be a waste of a talent. I'm just gonna get Tuss in here. Hello!
I knew it.
That's why you didn't talk. I should have just pulled someone else. You would have been like, what? But how are you, little? I like to. One second. So sorry about that, Shrew. Just had to tell Tuss some. Guys, annoyingly, my match is cancelled tomorrow, so me and Tuss, if we've time, might record another podcast. We'll see. What's your score prediction for the Everton game? Greg Paul says.
I would go to.
You see, you might think this is really weird, but I don't predict the score until the day of the game. You know that yourself.
I like that.
You know yourself because. Greg, you might think it's a weird thing, but every time I predict it on the day, I've got it right for the last 3 matches and the scorers. Like I've got either all the scorers or the score right. So like I kind of just like to leave it to the day. Like with the Watford game, even
You guessed it.
yeah.
Oh.
Like that's the thing. It's Watford. I guess the score and the scorers. Like but look, guys. Tuss says 2-1 anyways. But look, just a quick question. Would you... Someone asked in the chat, it's a weird question. I'd have to disagree with it. Would you take Chilwell for Sean, Brandon Williams? Like, but Sean, Brandon Williams have to go for Chilwell? I think no. I would definitely not. For Sean and Brandon Williams.
No. I think I wouldn't do that because that's literally the stupid.
Exactly. I'm not gonna lie. Brandon Williams is an up-and-coming talent, and Shaw is actually playing well at the moment. I think Chilwell's overrated. I said it to Zidane. I really do. I think personally, he's not the greatest. He's a decent left back, but what I'm saying is I would prefer Telles, who'd be half the price. Like Telles is a pacey, fast left back who can attack and defend, in my opinion. Telles is more of a flexible left back compared to Chilwell, in my opinion.
By the way, when I was saying it was stupid, I don't mean like the question was stupid. I just
I get you. Like, yeah.
Sorry if I offended you.
No, we don't mean that, but like, okay, it's a decent. I could kind of get you. You're kind of like asking, like some people would say yeah to that, but like you're using, like I'm not gonna lie, Williams could become I wouldn't say world class just yet, a top class left back. Like he could become world class. Like I think personally. Look, he could be a brilliant left back. But what I'm saying is, you can only be world class when you've proven it, and you can't just assume after one season or after you've seen someone in an academy game, as good as they may be, you cannot call someone world class. The only way you call them world class is if they're banging in, or if they're a rock like Van Dijk at the moment. It hurts to say, but like, or maybe a left winger like. Greg Paul, Eden Laird signed a new contract. Do you think he's wasted his time here with Spider-Man destroying players and Delo coming through? That's a good question. That is, because I think personally, the thing I have with Delo is I think personally, this is my prediction, I don't think he's going to be useful with how injury prone he is. I think personally Eden Laird will get game time eventually. If he signed a new contract, that tells me he wants to stay, he has a future here. If he didn't sign, I would have been like, no, they don't think he has a future here. But that convinces me that they're seeing something with him if he signed a new contract. So personally I think it will be...
Yeah.
I get, like, the thing about Wan-Bissaka and Eden Laird, it's a good question, is the fact that we have so many players coming through that who says that they can't swap game in and game out? People think that we can only have one good player in that position. I think personally it's brilliant to have 2 players to rotate everything. Jeez, we've 5 people in here now. Just in there, like, but like things we want that. Like, thing about that is like, let's just say at the moment Barcelona's front threes, you might think I'm mad, but like is actually was Suarez, Dembele, and Messi before he got injured. Like before Dembele got injured, like Dave Griezmann on the bench. Like you have to remember that you have to have a world class player on the bench. Like United had it with Solskjaer, they had it with a few players. They had Roy Keane, David Beckham's, the Scholes to rotate around, for goodness sake. Like you have to remember that it doesn't hurt. It's way better than having 2 top class right backs than 1.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that? Because like, who says that they can't fight it out? Who says that they can't rotate?
I think with Ethan Led, I think it's more of more of a time kind of thing. I think it's gonna be like similar to Mason. You know how towards the end of the season where he gets game time, and then for the next season he gets like a lot more game time. I think it's just time because I think Ollie does like it. He had said it in his press conference when
like I think personally, as good as the youth coming through is, I think personally we can't just say rely on the youth heavily, because at the end of the day they can only go to a certain level, and we kind of want to break beyond that. I'm not saying the academy could be world class or top class, but what I'm saying is you can't just rely on them. If you're sticking with the academy for everything, there's too much pressure, and I think personally you're stuck at a certain level if you're using academy players. Not that they're bad, but I'm just saying you can't break to a higher gear, because you can only produce such good talent at your club, like at some stage. I just want to ask you quickly, because we were answering like a really good question by Greg Paul for the last while.
Greg Paul.
Yeah, he's been active tonight. But look, what I'd say is the fact that this can't change your stance on Ollie, does it? Ollie in or Ollie out? No.
No.
I think personally, look. I think it is brilliant that we scored 5 goals. Don't take that away from it. But I just don't like the fact that people are changing their stance so quickly. Like,
I want to see 5 games of consistency with a style of play, and then
exactly. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Look. Like, you don't just, I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of, it's your choice, but it's kind of being a flip-flop if you're going, oh, I'm Ollie out, but then 2 games later going, I'm Ollie in. Like, that's, like, I think personally, you need to be making up your mind. Like, I think personally, 2 games is not enough time to convince me. Even if he did attacking football for the next 3 games, Greg Paul says again, do you think the welcome back Maid Street Studio. Welcome. Greg Paul says, do you think Dimitri Mitchell has a future here?
I don't really see it, because the left back position is quite full.
Welcome Smutty to the chat from
Smutty, you right there?
One of the United Stand moderators. Welcome. Ooh, that's clean. We got a few callers wait. We got like 4 have to get on. But Tuss, thanks for coming. I'll just have to get a few other people on. Thanks.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks. Anyways, welcome Smutty to the stream. 1 sec. I have to make you mod. I have to. Come on, Smutty has to deserve a bit of mod action, don't you? Bit of mod action. So eventually, guys, you might think it's a bit unfair, but look, guys, eventually people will be getting mods and all that. Like, people will be growing out the mod system. Just certain people have done stuff for me on the United Stand and all that, and like been like really like helping me a lot. I'm just gonna get someone else on here. Just tweet. Thanks, Smutty, and see you later. Thanks for coming in stream, anyways. Ooh, he's gone. Looks like I'll pull him back in. Pull someone else for a minute, guys. Yo, how are you? Sorry, a few people are kind of just backing out of, but it's okay, they might be doing something. But, so welcome.
Yeah. So I'm late.
That's grand. We got a few people in. We got a few people in today, don't we? We got a long list, don't we? But look, Odeon and Gallo. Odeon, the thing about mods is we'll consider you for a mod. Basically, every month we're thinking of giving away a moderator. On February 31st, we'll be giving someone else a new job, new mod, so we'll be considering that. Because you seem like you're in here a lot and all that, so you probably deserve it. But look, Mason, I just want to ask you quickly. I have asked everyone, does that change your stance on Ollie? That game?
Right, and this is what I'm going to say right now. Here's my opinion. The thing is, though, with Lane, this has happened before. He's won games, yeah, all the time. He won 3 or 4 games at least, and then he went back to like a little bit defensive football, and he started losing games again. Now, people might say, "Oh, he might have learned the lesson," but the thing is that I don't think he learned. I think he will still do the same. Maybe the next game he might either do that, lose that game, or draw. He's done this before, and we've seen this so many. Him just doing this, just like winning games and then going back to the crappy tactics and losing games. You know, it's very poor, and that's why I'm still not in the game, because I know he'll do.
I personally don't think. I think personally it's a bit. I really can't agree with people saying that Ollie is. Ollie deserves to, like Ollie. Oh, I'm going to turn to Ollie out now because he won 5 games. Don't think you should change your stance just because of how many games we won. I really I can't agree with it. I think personally I need to see more. I think personally it's still, yes, we've won a couple of games. I'm not using an excuse. It has been good the last few weeks seeing the wins. I just think personally I just need a different style of football. I think personally I just want to see what happens if Bruno doesn't. I just would want to, not want to see, but I just like.
Be honest.
I wonder what would happen if he didn't play in a Premier League game. Is what I'd say.
Yeah, I was saying when you didn't play that club, yeah, firstly it was when we had, I think it was PS, Matt and Cam, wasn't that brilliant? So. Be a difference. Good. I do think Bruno's helping our club a little bit. I mean, you know.
Like, I think personally, not even just a little bit. He's playing absolutely. He's like really out of this world, in my opinion, at the moment. I think personally, Bruno puts so much energy, tenacity into the team that really does improve us. Really do. Welcome, Hawkshead again. Welcome. You've been here a few streams, so welcome. But look, at the end, like I think personally. My point was, he's such tenacity player. He has such a style about. I'm sorry, mate. I have to go now. Work is cracking me. How long you'll be here? Main Street Studio. I'll probably be here to probably 9 p.m. GMT. So that'll be about like 32 more minutes. But thanks for coming anyways. If you can't come back. But sorry about that, Mason. Just reading out some chats, as you know. But look, I think personally, we all agree. If Fernandez makes such a big impact that you can't say that he's been one of our best ever January signings, maybe best ever, because I think personally should have been done in the summer, because I think personally we'd have top 4. Oh, American time. So if you're Central, I will be over at 3 p.m. If you're Mountain time, I'll be over at 2 p.m. Odie in the Gallo says you're a good caller.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mason, I want to ask you a question. One player, right? If you could make one change to that starting lineup by putting a player in or out, or change formation, what would it be? Like any player or any player out, or change formation, or tactics.
I don't know. Like, if you're telling me about transfer signings, it's got a bit of right. But if you're telling me about player out, No, this is
But what I mean is like in the starting. Oh wait, go on.
Yeah. This is, and I've got one, and this is a lot of people will controversial and say, oh mate, and it's got to be Lindelof. I'm sorry, like.
I don't think it is controversial. I think personally, you can't have Lingard in the squad anymore. I think personally, if you're trying to grow a team, Lindelof.
Yeah.
Really, guys, say your opinions on that in the guys. Say your opinions of swapping Lingard out of the Lindelof in the lineup.
Lingard's the same too. Get out, Lingard. I'll do both.
Alright, see you, mate. Alright.
I've been saying on the streams anyway, Lingard out, but
yeah.
The thing I'm going to say my opinion right now, quick. Lingard, Maguire, I look at both, and together, I just don't think they work really well together.
Yeah.
They've had some good games together, but I've seen the difference between Bailey and Maguire, and I look at Bailey and Maguire and I'm like, yeah, that's actually quite better, because Bailey's more faster. I'm not saying Lindelof's slow. But Bailey is quite faster. Yeah. He's a good player.
That's a good debate to have. I kind of can see your point as well. Harry Wilson says, so basically Discord is an app where you would talk to people, maybe message them, have voice calls with them, just talk about whatever topics you like. Toast, the question was, if you could make one change to that starting lineup, or formation-wise, what would it be? Like put a player in or put a player out, and Mason chose Lindelof. I can see that. I was thinking. Yeah. I was just kind of thinking like stupidly. I was like, oh, who's he going to put in Phil Jones? Like that is a good point. I think personally, Tuanzebe, I would prefer him there than Lindelof.
Tuanzebe and Bailey, yeah, definitely. Tuanzebe, yeah, we played well. He played well. Bailey.
Oh, sorry, Harry, I didn't realise. But I will put a link into the description right now.
There's a link in the description.
I'll just put it in anyways. One sec. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
Right.
Yeah.
I would actually, I would agree with that. But look, thanks for coming. Good call as usual. As I could tell, people liked you.
Yeah.
But
thank you.
I'm just gonna get someone else on and obviously call again. I agree with Mace, but the problem is, can he stay fit? I agree with you, Tuss, as well. I think personally, Bay could be a brilliant centre back, but like I think personally, when you've already had this many injuries in your career, I don't think he'll last long. I'll just get some salt in. Hello? I don't think he wants to come on today, to be honest. Let's see what this guy says. Hello? One sec, guys. Sorry about this. I just don't think I've noticed Zidane's working, so it's weird. Guys, one sec. This is really weird. Sorry guys, 1 minute. Hello? Yeah. Alright guys, we've got a new caller as you can see. K1's here. Welcome. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Anything particular you like to talk about because it's your first call?
Yeah, it's my first call, let's just see how it goes, yeah?
Oh yeah, no, sorry. I'm just so used because there's like a few people, like new people here tonight that I'm so used to just saying it's a new caller. But welcome back anyways. Hello? Yeah. Anything in particular you like to talk about?
I'd like to talk about Dave John. Well, I don't know if it's a controversial subject, but I just want to like touch on it and say that I just don't think he's good enough for United. I think he's not physically good enough for the Premier League and for the Europa League. I think he's been given enough chances to prove himself, and he sort of hasn't. And then you had the likes of Gomez sitting there, pretty much hasn't had a chance to prove himself, which is like controversial.
Yeah. No, it's a good point because I think personally, like I'm not gonna lie, like Chung can be a good player, but I haven't seen a spark from him that maybe go, wow, like he could be a good player for us. Like he is a talent, but what I'm saying is, if he's been given a couple of chances and he's not really shown what he's about, is he gonna like succeed really? I think personally, Gomez, you can make a case for Gomez because even when he has played, he's been bright, he's been like energetic, he's been doing stuff that Chung hasn't really done when he came on. So I think personally, the thing I would say about Chung is I think Chung needs to. I think personally Chung might not. I'd agree with you. I don't think he will be good enough eventually, sadly. I think Gomez needs to be given more chances because if Chung's going to Inter Milan, why is he getting game time but Chung's being wasted? I mean Gomez being wasted, sorry.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. It might be something to do with training where Gomez not doing good, but I don't know if you had to preview this game against
like if you ask me to keep one, if I had to keep one Chung Gomez, I'd say Gomez straight away because I think personally Gomez is a kind of player that could rotate around the midfield, could play centre mid or cam. I think personally Chung's strictly to the kind of left, to the right mid or left mid, mostly right mid, and even when he does play off the right or something, or even when he comes on, I think he will become a good player for another club, but I don't think he'll become like the best player if he stays at United.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I would definitely go for Cameo in my opinion.
Just one quick question before I get like another guy on. Ollie in or Ollie out?
Definitely Ollie out.
Yeah. I think personally there's no case for Ollie anymore. Even though you can tell the Ollie inners now are just kind of like bragging about saying, oh, he's won games, where are all of ye people when he wins games. But I think personally, like, he's still tactically inept. I think personally Bruno's got him through these games, and I think personally Bruno will still be a good player when he gets man-marked. I just don't think he can carry the team as much as he's been doing when he gets man-marked. I think personally Ollie will be found out as soon as teams man-mark Bruno, which is my problem because every game Bruno's played, he's literally carried our team. I think Brugge, the 1-1 game, he came on, he's the only player that looked lively. That game, we didn't look like we were scoring when he came off until after the 85th minute. Like he carries our team.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's good. That's probably a weakness of Ollie, like using too much players. I think he's every keeps doing that, keeps relying on Bruno. Teams are obviously going to find that out, like you said. And I think, I forgot what I was going to say, but yeah. I think he has to find a different playing. Like, I haven't seen that from Ollie. I haven't seen his type of play, structure or system. Like, for example, Lampard. Like, he's gone there for a few months, established something. I haven't seen that from Ollie, so I'd rather finish 6th or 5th and play good football with the system going forward than really finishing the top 4 without something.
Yeah, because that's the thing I'd say as well. I think personally, like, even if we did win a title under Ollie with these tactics, like it's easy to find him out straight away because, like, that's my biggest problem with Ollie. Like, because if you're just gonna be here and you're gonna be saying like, if you're just going to be saying Ollie should stay in with these tactics, I think personally, like, you can't see that the fact that he's just there and he's kind of wasting some of the players and all that. Wait, one second, I didn't even realise some people are typing in chat and it didn't come up on my screen. Sorry.
Cut off.
Oh yeah, sorry, but if I go on my chat for some reason it doesn't like let the Discord like on it, if you get me. But look, one quick question, one player you could sign in summer and why?
Jadon Sancho for me. I think he's just the complete right link that we've been looking for long. Good to have creativity from that side. A lot of direction that sort of inputs as well. So definitely go for Sancho.
But I agree with Sancho. I think personally the right wing gap we've needed to fill for a long time. That's same with the kind of all round midfield, and the right mid has been a player we've struggled to find. So I think personally that's why I'd pick Sancho as well. But look, thanks for coming to the call in. It was a good call again, and please call again.
Yeah, cheers for them. Cheers.
Guys, I see I'm here with everyone again. But look, guys, just quick question: what is the one thing, except the tactics, do you think Ollie would have to change to be a successful manager? Because we all know the tactics are an obvious one, but one thing Ollie would have to change if he would be a successful manager.
Style of play. I don't think he can change anything. I think he just needs to go.
That's what I'd say as well. But if he was to stay here for the next 2 years, if he said, right, I'm sticking with this style of play and these tactics, what would you change? I don't think he could change anything. I think personally he's done that, and I think he's dead. I think, what is he gonna do with those tactics that will make us go, oh, those tactics are actually good and will help us?
No, I mean, he's gonna have to get better.
He needs to go back to 4-3.
No, but then I can't really know. I think I can't really change our whole style of play. You know what I mean?
We don't understand
the coaches. But I think if he's gonna be here next season, which if he does, I don't know what I'm gonna say. Anyway, I think he needs to get better coaches, mate. I think Carrie, Phelan, the Kenner, whatever their names are, they can't. Come on, but Man United, we cannot compete at the top level.
But like, I'm not gonna lie, I have to disagree with the coaches thing, because I'm not gonna lie, you can't say that it's really I'm not saying you're saying it's the coach's fault, but what I'm saying is the fact that he chose those coaches. Like, is he's that stupid in the first place that he chose those coaches? Like, it's his own fault that he kind of put himself in that old mess. He can't really say, like, as bad as the Glazers have done, he can't really say that's the Glazers' fault, because he got a clear choice of what three main coaches would you want? McKenna, Carrick and Phelan. He chose those three. That goes on his back, not the board's back for once.
Yes, sir.
I feel like one thing they need to do is to be more fearful, like not playing 5 at the back with wing backs. I feel like he needs to play 4 at the back and play more attacking. I think he's scared about the consequences.
Oh, he is scared, because you could tell he's scared of his job, because if he because you could tell he's scared. Oh, I'll get sacked and fans won't like me if I don't get wins. Like we would rather see a 2-0 loss, but we're playing attractive football, than a 1-0 scrape win in the 91st minute.
That just proves to me that he's not a Manchester United manager.
Exactly, like I even saw him in the press conference. This probably slid under the rug. He was going to say, I'm not sure which press conference it was, but he goes, I'm happy with that win. We played he was about to say the United way, because he said, yeah, and he goes, the way we wanted. He even knows himself that's not the United way. That went under the rug, in my opinion, that quote, that thing he said. Like, that tells me he even knows that we're not even playing the United way. He's playing his way because he thinks it can work. But hasn't worked under really. Van Gaal didn't really play that way, in my opinion. I think he kind of coached players a bit more, but he still kind of played that style. Mourinho didn't work under Mourinho, so why would it work under Ollie? What makes him think, oh, it'll work under me?
Yeah.
I also think it's also not just that, it's also the fitness and the pain in the back. So.
But I'm not gonna lie, like I can't agree with that point of fitness, because I think that's not really. I don't think that's really a valid point. Like I think personally, it's his own fault for playing these players every week. Like you can't, like every 2 games. Like every game. Like if you're playing Maguire 3 games in a week, you can't just say, oh, it's fitness' fault.
Yeah, why is Maguire playing every week?
It's true, yeah.
But I really. No, but like this is the point. You can't just say you blame fitness, because I think personally, if you're having it,
I'm just saying like he needs to stop. Like I meant like he needs to not play like all the I get what Mason means. He means like not playing the same.
Yeah. I get you, but like the thing I'd say is the fact that. If he's saying he has a squad, why is he playing why is he playing the literally same team for every competition then?
Yeah. He just needs to.
Oh, I didn't even realise. Sorry, Paul commented, like the energy intelligence of show. Great work, everyone involved. Well, if you want, here, Paul, if you want to come, you can come on now and we'll get you on. Just saying, would you guys be okay with that? If you wanted to, very quickly. Yeah.
I love Paul. Makes me laugh.
1 second.
Pop on for a minute.
Yay!
What happened to Marcus?
Well, I'm not sure. 1 second, we're just gonna go on live show and just pull Paul in. Yo, welcome again.
Yo,
welcome again.
Noah, what's going on, man?
Grand, what about you? Grand is a thing we say a lot in Ireland. Quick question. Do you agree with Fred being man of the match? Because this is a lot of debate going around by people in my group anyways.
Bruno being man of the match, every match is a bit much, eh? Fred, they're sharing it. In my opinion, I know you can't do that legally, but they're top. They complement each other as midfielders. They really do. They like to find each other on the pitch. So do Bruno and Mata. Mata looks like the Mata of 5 years ago, with someone of the same intelligence as him on the pitch. So to be honest, if you make Bruno being man of the match for me, I suppose, because he makes everybody else better. And I think as a player, there's no better compliment than that.
I did like the tenacity by Fred to go get the 2 goals, but I'm not gonna lie, like we didn't look like scoring. Like in my opinion, look, I'm not taking away from Fred. He did have a good performance, but like, would people say he's man of the match without those 2 goals? No, in my opinion, because he was good, but was he that good to deserve man of the match? Like without those 2 goals? Not in my opinion. I think he was good, but I don't think he was that good. I think personally you can't. I can see what people are saying as well, but you can't like just say, oh, without those 2 goals. But like, I just think he did well, but I just don't think he would have got man of the match before those 2 goals happened if you just counted up to then.
What about player of the season, though?
Player of the season, I think personally.
That's a tricky one.
Yeah, I think personally. Look, you could say Bruno, but like the thing about picking Bruno is he could kind of go down already. Exactly. That's what I was going to say. He could go down. And first of all, even if he did keep this stats up, I just think Fred has been so consistent all season. I think it would kind of be unfair to give it to not. I can see both sides though. I think personally Fred's been here all season, but he didn't even play at the start of the season.
Not been here long enough.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
If he's absolutely torn up trees, we might be able to give Bruno player.
But I think it would be a
I don't know.
I think
it's difficult. It's difficult. Fred's a good shout. It would have been probably between McTominay and Rashford, but they're injured.
Yeah.
Pogba's never going to get it playing 6 games of the season.
Yeah.
So. Maguire is taking a lot of pelters recently. It's going to be difficult for him to get it. So, process of elimination, I end up with Fred at the moment because the improvement in his game as well. You've really got to give him credit for that. He's settled down. He's got confidence, and he's pushed forward when he was taking a lot of stick. People asking him, "What does he do? Why do we buy him?" And now look at him. So credit where credit is due, Fred, most improved player in my opinion.
I think it would be disrespect of Fred as well not to give it to him for what he's done over the course of the season. I think personally, not every player has been consistent every single game. I think he hasn't had a game where you're like, oh God, what is he doing? He's had every game you've at least said that he's a 7. Like he
has his weaknesses. As
we know that.
Most players. Yeah, we know that. And Matic, I think that's what Matic compliments Fred. Because Fred has a tendency to take an extra touch when he shouldn't and get caught on the ball. As who was it? Chelsea targeted Fred and Matic because they know that Fred and Matic have more touches on the ball than they should do. But Matic is there to clean up behind Fred. Now, if you've got McTominay and Fred, we're more open to a counter attack in that respect. If we lose the ball, Matic isn't there to sweep up because McTominay and Fred kind of swap positions where Matic just sits in front of the back 4 and sweeps for them and doesn't get forward a great deal. He does, but when he does, he doesn't know what to do with it. So here's another question for you.
Yes, I love getting asked questions because normally I have to ask everyone questions. Now I'm actually getting asked questions. Let's go.
I noticed that.
And guys, sorry about this. But one sec, guys. We have a podcast out. Sorry if anyone thinks it's anything, copying or anything, but we were thinking of it for a long time. We had it recorded, we had to scrap it, re-record it. Me and TFKkid will be releasing a new episode tomorrow, hopefully. But check that out if you like. Everyone in my school was listening to it. Just called TFK Global it's like an app called Podbean or something like that.
Yeah, I know Podbean.
Yeah.
It's that's a podcast app. Yeah, put it out there, man. Yeah.
We already have one of them out. We're just gonna probably record the second one tomorrow.
Bravo, Noah. This is a great channel, mate. Great job. I love the energy from this channel. Whenever I log on to listen, there's always, you're always going for it. There's always intelligent conversation. Excellent chat from everybody here. I was really impressed. Really, really impressed.
Thank you.
The question I was going to ask you was, when we have a fully fit squad, fit midfield for the last 10 games of the season, what is your midfield 3?
That I was gonna briefly ask that and that as well. That's the thing. I think personally it is up to debate. I think personally Fred has to stay in there. I think personally it could be debate not to play Pogba. I think personally would he be a bit not sharp? I think personally he still has to play though. Like he wouldn't be. I think he personally still has to play, and then obviously Bruno's the 10. But I think personally with the players we with the midfield we have, we still need another 2 players at least in my opinion. Even shows if we get one injury or midfield doesn't have any backups. Like I think personally,
our problem at the moment isn't our first 11 as it stands. When everybody,
it's our backup.
Our problem is squad depth.
Like I think personally as well. I think personally I'd love us to move into 4-3-3 because that would help us massively because we have the players to do it now. Because if we play one CDM, I think personally Fred could play that role because he's tenacious. He can tackle through the ball. He could push up when we need to score goals. Or McTominay could play there. I think personally McTominay or Fred could play there, and then whichever one can move up to the centre mid. And that is worst case scenario if we didn't sign a midfielder. Like if we did, let's just say like that. I think Pogba's gone already, so I'm not including him. Let's just say we did sign Grealish, or I personally would prefer Grealish over Maddison. I said why in my podcast. Me and Tuss did. I have my reasons. I think he has more grit about him. He had to work for his career more. He's doing the same stats as Maddison in a relegation team. I think personally he brings more to us. He has more of a fight about him. Just a quick synopsis in my opinion.
Very good synopsis.
But like I think personally Bruno and him would complement each other very well because they both have kind of skills that can play off each other, and they both have some of the same skills. And I think personally Fred or McTominay playing CDM, personally I prefer Fred for certain reasons. Would be a good midfielder to grow on in my opinion.
Yeah, Fred. CDM. I see him as he's not like a massive CDM. He's more of
that's why I was saying he's a bit tenacious. He can push up when we need to, like score goals. He can pass the ball out of the back. I think personally Matic does bring us certain qualities that we could use, but like I think personally
Matic is a CDM. Fred's a deep line playmaker.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's where Fred can often get caught out, is in terms of he's not that strong. He can get knocked off the ball, and his sweeping's not as good as Matic. So if he's going to play as a deep line playmaker, then he'll need McTominay next to him, possibly to complement him and to sit back more. Because the tactics would have to change a little bit. It's difficult when you got Pogba to put in there. It's very difficult to leave Pogba out because he's such a class midfield. But also Pogba slows the game down, in my opinion. Pogba wants to prove how strong he is.
A bit of skill. He tries to do his 360s.
The whole team stops.
Yeah, he does a little of his 360s, and he tries to do his Rabonas and all that. Like I think personally, he tries a bit too much flair. And I think personally, the thing about the squad very quickly that even Mason was saying, which was a good point earlier, was that we don't have the fitness, like depth, in my opinion, if you get me, to do it. Because I think personally, our squad's very injury prone. So I think like that's the biggest problem we're having this season is all the squad's injury prone. It's not a big enough squad and it's not a good enough squad. Like I think personally, when Pogba comes back, yes, he'd make an impact. But like I'm not gonna lie, would he make as big as his impact as people are saying? Not really, in my opinion. Because if he's been out for so long, he's not gonna be sharp. He's not gonna be not as like great as he could be, in my opinion, because he's only getting back. Because people are saying he should jump in straight away.
This is what I like though. What I like is the fact that normally we're always relying on the player that's injured and sitting on the sidelines waiting to come back in and change our entire season. And that's been Pogba for a long time. Now we've got Bruno and we're kind of settling down in terms of our midfield because Fred's kicked on. Matic has been very good, and he is good at what he does. Going forward, he's never going to be what we want, but we've got a settled midfield, so we don't even know if Brugge is going to get in the team, and that's the sort of first starting 11 we need. We need quality trying to get in, but they can't because our team's playing so well. So this is the first time of the season, for a long time, we can actually say that we're settled on a probably starting 11, and a tactical system. Even though I don't like the tactical system, I still don't quite understand it. We're as settled as I've seen us for a long time, and Pogba coming straight back in might disrupt that a little bit.
The 2 points I'd make against Ollie Inners as well is like I'd even say that to Mark sometime, even because I think personally people who say it's the coach's fault as well, I think personally you can't say that because he chose the coaches. Like the coaches were by his choice. He got asked who would you like, he chose Carrick, McKenna and Phelan, and as well, like even if we did win a title under Ollie, we're figured out for the next season after that, because counter-attacking is the most predictable tactic in football in my opinion. If that's your number one tactic, to name a team that has really dominated European football with counter-attack football for a long time, nobody.
Well, Conte did it with the back three, back five in the Premier League.
But it didn't really last long.
Won the Premier League with it, but Leicester was.
But what I mean is, like, you kind of got figured out after one season. Everyone did.
Yeah, you will get figured out very quickly, just like Ollie did after 14 matches, which is why he's on the run he is now.
Exactly.
Everyone figured out what to do with Ollie, and then everybody else copied basically the template that people were leaving for an easy win, and this is where we are. Not an easy win as such, that's a bit harsh, but yeah, Ollie, I don't know if he's, my only beef with Ollie, I don't know if him and his team have got the experience and the tactical nous and awareness to be able to bring a title home. Now, they can win games, yeah, but everybody can win games at the class players.
Exactly.
To go that next level, then maybe Ollie gets another year and takes us and settles us down with the squad, and then somebody else picks up the baton. But I'd like to see him go on at the end of the season. Harsh, I know. And he can pull it around with the results, but I'll never quite be happy with it.
The sad thing is, we're seeing is, like, I agree with you as well. Like, I think I've said it multiple times, I would want him to go at the end of the season, but it's not going to happen because Woodward did say, we're going to have long-term success with Ollie. Like, and Woodward said our two priorities is attacking football and title winning, and winning trophies. I mean, like, if I'm not gonna lie, he doesn't understand football if he's calling that attacking football. Like.
No, it's the whole Edward Wood and the board's a whole other story. I mean, you know, that's a long time coming, and you know, they've been doing the same thing for forever. Nothing's going to change with them, which is why we need someone in place who's going to, with the board and Ed undermining the coach in the way they do, we need someone who can really excel on the pitch, and I don't know if Ollie's that. But I hope he proves me wrong, because I don't think I'd like anything more than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be successful at Manchester United as the coach. I think everybody feels the same, but, you know, everybody's got their own opinion.
Wait, just a quick question. Tuss asked in the chat earlier, and he just wanted to know what everyone said. It's a good question. Do you think James could be a success at United, a long-term success?
I don't know. James is getting too many pelters, for my opinion. He was meant to be a development player. He's going to come in. He's meant to be an impact player for the first season he was here. We bought him for 15 million. He had one good season at Swansea and then moved to Manchester United, the biggest club in the world. And we're expecting him to pull up trees. He had a good first couple of months. Then he burnt out because he was played so much. He's got all the excuses in the world to say, give me a little bit of time. And that's what I'll give Daniel James. The beginning of next season. Hopefully he would have developed a little bit more, but I don't think he's ever going to be a star.
World class.
We get Jadon Sancho and we got Rashford. No, he's not going to be world class, and that doesn't matter, because I think he can be a fantastic squad player with what he's got in his locker. I
think personally, I said at the start of the season I did a video when we only had like 200 subs, but it's mad how much we've grown thanks to few people. Let's just say Paul Robson for shouting us out and all that, and letting us be on the United stand, as well as Mark.
Mark helped as well. Listen, you do a great job on this channel. You do a great job on the call-ins for United stand as well. Noah, I'm going to have to shoot off, mate. It's been very nice not getting loads of pouters in the live chat as well, like I normally do. So cheers, guys.
All right.
And I'll peace out. Keep up the good work, and I'll pop on again soon if you want me.
Thanks for coming anyways. Guys, obviously check out the United stand. You'll see Paul on it normally on the watch alongs. So yeah, you have to see him. You have to see Anchorman. You have to see him.
Yes, you have to get the Ron Burgundy in.
Exactly.
Alright mate, well look after yourself, yeah?
Alright, see you. Thanks for coming. Thanks. Alright, thanks. Right guys, we just want to say thanks to Paul again. Just gonna go on the live chat quickly. Well, hello.
Everyone's left.
Yeah. No, I did try get your questions in for me, like what you said as well, Mason. I did get your points in, saying like that. Yeah. And Tuss, I did get your points in as well. I did get your question in.
Yeah, that wasn't even mine.
Oh no! I'm so sorry, but guys,
sorry, Gallo.
Thanks, Igalo. Oh, I'm so sorry, Igalo, that was your comment. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Next time I'll give you credit. Thanks, Paul. Obviously, I think we forgot to give him a mod. Sorry.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks for coming. I say everyone appreciates it here as well. Yeah. And maybe just a quick hint. Maybe did like to appear on the United stand. No.
Thank you very much, Paul.
If you could, they would. If you could, they would. But look, guys, we're gonna end the stream there. I'd just say thanks everyone for coming. We had a good show. We at the start we only had 2 people. We expected nothing to happen. We thought it was going to be just a bland show. We got Mason to come. We got a few other people to come. We got Smutty in the chat. We got Paul. It was a brilliant stream. We got everyone's questions in. Everyone, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. And this is why we have TFK. We're meant to grow. We're meant to get bigger. And peace out.